Hey everyone! I'm continuing with bodywork this week, obviously, but I'm also looking into what I'm going to do with my seams. Now, I had made a test piece several weeks ago, and I still want to do this, but only where some really big pieces come together, like in the back. But for a lot of the other places, like on the canopy, where it's just a bunch of smaller pieces, I want to make them look welded. So in order to do some tests for that, I'm going to use some quick seal and a Nerf dart. Okay, so I'm going to put some quick seal down. This is going to be along the seam, of course. And then this is going to mold it into the right shape. Now that looks like a pretty ugly weld to me. Here are a few more, but I used a little bit less of the quick seal. Made it a bit thinner. I like that. All right, so I will let these dry, then put on some Plastidip and do some painting tests. I was at Princess Auto today and I found for $2 a package of assorted electronic parts, I think is what it was called. No idea what this was manufactured for in the surplus section. And this was just attached to this potentiometer here and a D-cell battery case. I don't know. But in it was also this motor with a flywheel and a worm gear. And for $2, this was a really good purchase. Let's turn on my power here. And that I'm going to use for the radar. Now, not the radar screen, but the radar itself that is mounted on the top and going to be spinning around. The cool thing is when I turn it off, it takes a while to slow down. That's just kind of neat. I think I'm going to go back and buy more of these because they're, you know, mostly useless. But the motor is just, the whole encasing there is really neat. I'm sure I can find use for more of those. I just spent 10 minutes looking for my sharpener. Nice. It's always good to start with the plan, so I did a sketch of what the side pieces are going to look like. And I went and got myself a new ruler because my old one, the lines are pretty much worn off. And I've gone ahead and cut the first two pieces. These are the fronts. If you can see the entire outline right here, that's this right here. And I'm just going to go from there, piece by piece. The piece is going to be clipping in right there like that. Since the piece is so big and much too flexible, I've cut a plastic piece that will go there to support the back and keep it all straight. So I had to cut this piece down here and lay it flat because this interfered with the stabilizers. There was just not enough room. So I put that down and now I've made a sketch for the backside. So here's the first piece cut and it goes about right there. Just got to reinforce it now. I have used up a lot of glue, a lot of bits on the floor, a lot of foam used up, and here's where the side is at now. Sorry I didn't film all of it. I got a little too excited as I was working on it. And what I've got here is Velcro straps to keep it on, the plastic reinforcing it, a little loop of wire with a rubber band in order to keep it snugged right tight there. And I'm going to put a strip of rivets along there so it hides the seam, since it's going to be detached anyway. This side, I might not. I don't know. Haven't decided yet. But it's looking really cool. I didn't take any video of myself building that one side, but I do have to build another side, don't I? I've continued with adding another strip right there, and so that means the next piece is going to be really big, but I don't have a big enough piece of foam right now that is not all rolled up. So I'm going to pause there for a little while and do some detail work back here, because I need to make some sort of covering in here that, just tidies it up a little bit more. Right, so I've got a little skirt here. Got two, actually, and they're each of the bristles is offset. So when I take these two layers and I install them on the inside, just like that, it'll effectively block the view and yet still allow it to turn freely. I'll put it on the top and on the side. Now it's time to put some paint on the welds, and my base here is going to be this multi-surface premium ultra bright metallic paint that I got from Michaels. I found that it goes onto plasti-dipped foam really well. It does look like I'm going to need a second coat of that though. There's a lot of black shining through. So I'm going to let that dry, maybe do another coat, and then add some rust color, I think. It has been a very busy week, and not because of this, but because all of these boxes around here, which you may have noticed before, we are moving very soon, and I'm looking forward to having a bigger space to work on my projects, but it means in the next couple of weeks I might not have as much time to post, or at least build as much. I'll still try to post on Thursdays, and in the meantime, please subscribe, like the video, share the video, all of that. I'll see you guys later.